Hello, everyone, and welcome to our fourth lecture series on managerial accounting. And I'm your instructor, Jamal Haider. So, today we are starting a new chapter, chapter number 3, which is job order costing. Let's talk about this. So, our first learning objective is distinguish between process costing and job order costing and identify companies that would use each costing method. So, let's first talk about what is the types of costing system. So we have process costing system, we have job order costing system. So what is process costing? So process costing in which a company produces many units of a single product, which means a company is just producing one single unit. For example, if company is producing papers, so all companies producing paper. So one unit of product is indistinguishable from other units of product. It means you are making a similar product. For example, if a company is making computer mouse, so it's making computer mouse, not any other products, not even other shapes or other brands of computer mouses. So the identical nature of each unit of the product enables assigning the same average cost per unit. So in that case, when you are producing single unit and it is identical, then it's better to use average cost per unit to find out your per unit cost, right? If you are producing papers, so 1 kg or 350 sheets or 250 gram is equal to, you can find out per unit costing. The cost divided by number of units. How we can find out the average cost? Average cost is equal to total cost divided by units. That's it. Similarly, if you want to find out 1 kg of the papers, you just multiply average cost multiply by the 1 kg or 1000 gram of paper. That's it. You can find out the 1 kg cost. The complication occurs when we have job order costing. So example of companies of process manufacturing, we have paper manufacturing company, we have aluminium uh, refining company, we have Coca-Cola, especially the mixing and bottling unit, right? So they crush the old bottles and make a new bottles like that. Then we have a job order costing in which we have a complication. Why? Because there are many different products there that are produced in each period. At the same time, company is producing two different products and these two are not identical. And products are manufactured according to the order, right? It means they are specified orders or customized orders as well. So the unique nature of each order requires tracing or allocating cost to each job, and the maintaining cost records for each job. So, for example, the order came of making office tables, and since the company is making office table, but this order came that requires some kind of specific tables according to their own customization, then it is really hard, or it is really hard to apply average cost on these two, because average workers, they need more time to make this order. Then how we are going to find out the cost of this office tables order? Then we use our manufacturing cost. Our manufacturing cost is equal to direct material, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead, right? So these three combination, we call that manufacturing cost. So example of job order costing include, for example, Boeing aircraft manufacturing. They are making 707. They are making the big ones, small one Fokker, the private jet as well. Then we have Bechtel International. They have a large scale construction See, every building is different one. They are also building bridges. They are building 2-story, 3-story, 50 stories, right? Every construction project is a different one. So that's why we need to apply job order costing over there. Plus, Walt Disney Studios, every movie is a different movie. It's not like the same character with same skills, with same story. No, with different characters, with different environment, different background music, different background scenes, scenarios, this kind of stuff. So we use job order costing. So if we compare our process costing with the job order costing, so number one comparison would be on the number of jobs worked. In job order costing, the number of jobs are many. In process costing, it's a single product, so you don't have many other jobs. The cost accumulated by jobs. In process costing, the cost is accumulated by department. We have sent this much worth of material, $1,000 material to the department. That's it. That is the cost. But in job order cost, or we have sent 3 workers and 3 workers' salaries are like this. But that's it. But in job order costing, we have sent specialized worker over there. They work 3 hours on this one, this on project A, and the cost would be different. On project B, cost would be different. They spend 2 hours in project A, 3 hours in project B, 4 hours in project 5. So they have different costs. So it means costs are allocated not on department wise, on individual jobs. Plus the average cost accumulated by here, it depends on number of jobs. You cannot apply the average cost to all the product. You can apply the average cost to that order as well. What is the average cost of project A? So you can apply the average cost of product A to project A or job A, not all the product. So if you understand the job order costing and process costing, then answer this question. Which of the following companies would be likely to use job order costing rather than process costing? So number A, the Scott Papers Company for Kleenex. Job order costing or process costing?
Process costing.
Okay, and then architects.
Job order costing.
Well done. So they are making one paper company for clinics. Process, job. Hands for ketchup.
Process.
Well done. Caterer for a wedding reception.
I think also process.
No, every wedding is different one. One wedding, 100 guests, other wedding, 500 guests, right? Plus environment is different, right? Dishes are different. You need to serve 1 dishes, 2 dishes, 3 dishes, 4 dishes, right? So that belongs to job order costing. E, builder of commercial fishing vessels.
I think also job.
Remember, commercial fishing vessels, commercial. So they are making the same size boats for commercial purposes, same size, same equipment, unless you customize for that one. So it includes process costing, right? Not the job order costing. The company is making commercial fishing vessels, same type of vessels, and that's it. So we call this process costing, right? Every ship is the same, but once they have produced 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, maybe 5 ships, they are the same. So they are producing the same commercial ships, unless the question mentioned builder of specific fishing vessels. Specific, it means a new not the identical one. So we call this job. But since these are the identical one, then we call this process costing. Everybody understand? Okay, now let's go towards our second learning objective, which is identify the documents used in job order costing. Now, from here, we will dive into finding out the job order costing. We are now preparing the documents for that. So this one is fairly simple. Only, it looks fancy. It looks, very tricky, but it's not. It's just a specimen and, the invoices and all those stuff. So just pay close attention to the concepts rather than just the graphics and all the stuff. Okay. Here we go. So a job order costing, if we want to find out the overview, is that, for example, so in job order costing, if a job come, how we want to find out its manufacturing or its product cost. So manufacturing cost, we know that is a combination of three things, or it categorized into, so not, it is the sum of three things. Number one is direct material, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. So if we are doing job one, it means we are also applying direct material on job one, direct labor of job one. And what do we mean by manufacturing overhead? It is the indirect labor and the indirect material. So material is also coming in the form of direct and indirect. And by the way, what is direct material and what is indirect material? Direct material is which we can easily trace. And when we do the example, it further clarifies you. For example, if we are making a car, direct material would be steel, tires, radio, right? Indirect material would be the lubes, right? All the stuff like grease, lubes, this kind of stuff. Direct labor, and then we have indirect labor. Direct labor would be which we can easily trace. Indirect labor, which we cannot trace easily. And indirect labor can be, the supervisor salary who are supervising, the production area, plus the janitor salary, right? So those who are working as a janitor, we cannot find out how much time that these guys spend on one car, right? In that case, this is called indirect labor. So we know that if we are making job one, if we are applying, job order costing, then we have here material, labor, and manufacturer. So in a factory, there are three jobs: job one, job two, and job three. So material also going to the job one, job two, and job three. And also in case of workers are also moving to complete job one, job two, and job three. Plus there are manufacturing overhead. So lube is coming, is going to the job one, job two, and job three station as well. See, so what do we mean by the manufacturing overhead? We already know that these are the indirect material and indirect labor, and they are allocated to all jobs rather than directly traced to each job. So what are the necessary documents? Number one is the job cost sheet. What is job cost sheet? So it is a cost sheet which give you all the necessary information regarding the manufacturing cost. So what is the manufacturing cost? Direct labor, direct material, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. So let me just change the color. So how we find out these costs? So every section has its own receipt. So this is the job cost sheet. We have direct material sheet, we have direct labor sheet, we have manufacturing overhead sheet, and then we combine it and just place numbers here we can find. So this is the summary of direct